Om Shanti, everyone. Can you all hear me? Hope you guys can all hear me.
Om
Can you?
Shanti.
Om Shanti. So today we have a special speaker who goes by the name Sister Lekha. So just a brief introduction. So Sister Lekha has been fully dedicated in herself to spiritual service for over 30 years. She has been serving as a head and teacher of Raj Yoga meditation centers in Sri Lanka, and she has enlightened the lives of many souls. She has participated in various events in India to elevate herself and others through divine knowledge. Additionally, she has traveled to countries like Australia, Singapore, the Philippines, and Malaysia, participating in numerous events at Raj Yoga meditation centers and gaining many spiritual experiences. And well, to be honest, I think we have someone that has traveled across the world, and I think there's going to be a lot that we're going to learn from Sister Lekha. But not just that, what makes her quite unique is the fact that she went through many experiences, talking about the civil war, especially. So there was a big civil war going on in Sri Lanka, and it was a big brutal conflict, and it lasted from 1983 to 2009, and it was between the Sri Lankan government and the LTTE, which is the Liberation Tigers of Tamil Eelam. And the organization were to create an independent Tamil state in the northern and eastern regions of Sri Lanka. And the war led to so much loss, widespread displacement, and human rights abuses. And it finally finished in May 2009 with the defeat of the LTTE. And it still has left a big scar in many people's lives, in the country's social fabric. And if you hear about it, I mean, I'm sure you've all like met a lot of Sinhalese people or Sri Lankan Tamil people, and you will hear stories where they've lost a family member or a relative. So it's a big war that happened and it affected many people. So it would be great to understand and hear how Baba's children um, were doing their magic, how Baba was doing his magic through the instruments. And yeah, I think we should get started. And it's a question and answer session. So I've got a few questions prepared for you, Sister Lekha. So can you hear me clearly?
Yeah, but you have to speak little louder.
Oh, yeah, I'll speak a lot louder.
Yeah, because it
Hopefully,
was
no one at
very.
home thinks I'm screaming. Yeah. So, shall we start with the first question? We have a few youth right now, and I'm sure
Yes,
many more will join later on. But we can start with the first question.
yes. Om Shanti, everyone. And
Om Shanti.
yeah,
Om
Om
Shanti.
Shanti.
Om Shanti ji. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti, Om Shanti, and greetings of peace in this time. And I think Independence Day is celebrated everywhere. And you're enjoying your independence of freedom, of inner freedom, means peace and happiness.
Yeah.
So,
I feel like the talk is happening at the right time
yes,
because
yes.
even in the UK right now, there's a little civil war. It's not to the same extent, but there's little riots and
Yeah.
little situations going on. So, yeah, everything's happening at the right time. So just starting off, first question is, can you tell us about something about you? Like, so how did you start off coming to Baba? How did it all start?
Okay, yes, I came to Baba when I was 16 years old, and I came with my Lokik brother, and he used to go to the center. We only had one center at that time, and he used to go to the center early morning, and I used to ask him, "Where are you going?" And then he told me that, why not you come and see? So I went and joined these Brahma Kumaris. So when I went there, I only remember the second lesson of God, means Shiv Baba, being a point of light. When I hear that, I got the feeling of connection, means I am connected towards Baba, and then I felt this is what I belong to. So that's all. And then I can't remember any other lessons. And I was, of course, I was school going girl. And then we used to have like full moon days seminars in our school. So I used to go for, because there's no one to serve something. So like serving tolis or some helping. They used to ask me to give some help on that matter. So I used to cut my classes and go for that because I feel I should do something. There's inner feeling of saying yes, yes, Haji, Haji. So once one day I cut my class, I went to this seminar program and did some seva. And that day, the sir, my master who was supposed to come for the class, didn't come. And it was like continuing every time whenever there is service, and I will cut the class and then he will not come. So like that, Baba made my faith like slowly increased. That is how I came to Baba, and I am presently in the place that Biru was telling, which the last war took place, which is called Mulaitivu, and it is the place that many, about lakhs of people died. And after that, he said 2009, 2010, and 2011. Baba used me to send to start that service there. So how did I end up in going to Mullaitivu is a story. So it's like I was listening to Baba's Murli during tsunami time, and then I hear Baba saying that, many children have died, and you haven't given them knowledge. The same time, there's war happening in this place also. So I had at that point struck my heart, and we were having good wishes and pure feelings. Yoga, for that area. This area I have never been in my life earlier, and I don't know how it looked like and how to travel to that place. But still, we used to have like 4 hours meditation, good wishes, pure feelings, in every Saturday and Sunday to help that people. Because even from UK, Jayantiban and Dadi and everybody is like telling us, why don't you help them? But still, then we used to have that. By the time when I met an officer in another city, and he said, you should go and start or give knowledge to that people who is in Mullai TV, because they are only like suffering because of the war. So I then got up in the bus, got permission from the seniors and got up in the bus. And then I told the conductor, please drop me in the collector's office, which is called the district secretariat. Means we say government agent's office. And I just went there and I saw that there was a lady who sitting there, and she's the district secretary. And I told her that I am from Brahma Kumaris and I want to like give this knowledge to your people. And she said, most welcome, and we will give you all the support, like that. So with that word, I was so enthusiastic to give Baba's knowledge. And then I was like having a connection with many army commanders and like all the military people, because we were giving knowledge to the rehabilitation camps, which was in a different city, and that was held by army. And then I had a number of one of the commander, and I called him, and he said, sister, I am here. So if you need any help, we can give. So I was telling, because it was like a city. When I arrived there's nothing, no building. It's all like broken building. And it's like a disaster after disaster. So you could see how it would look like. So then I called, he said, we only have one building, and that is not a full furnished or like properly done building. It's half done. There's one room up, down, and one room up. So they are staying in down, and you can stay upstairs, and which has also attached small bathroom. And outside, you can cook. Outside the building, you can cook and eat. There's nothing else to be like ask. Only that is available. So, but we were very happy to take that one. And because it's a far away place, you can't go and come. We have to stay there. So when I start to give, like we go to each villages and started to give this knowledge, and then they will be, first they don't want to listen. They will be like crying and weeping and like rebellion, and they don't want to listen to the word of God. So they will say, God didn't save our children because they lost all their children, husbands. So most of them are like single mothers. So they had that feeling. So they were crying and crying. So slowly, what happened but even though they were crying, they don't want to listen, but they don't want to lose our presence. I mean, they feel that the sister should come and meet us. Whether we listen to the knowledge or not, whether whatever she says is going in our heart or not, but she should be there. I mean, her presence should be there. That was their feeling. So because of that, I used to go regularly and like give them, so managed to give all the courses, and then we have to have really classes. So then we managed get the house and we rebuilt it. Means army people's help, we rebuilt the full house, and then after building and we were having classes, and then house owner took away the house because we didn't have any documents at that time. So when it was there, then we didn't have a proper house to give them knowledge. So many said, why should you be there? Why not you come back to Colombo, the main city where I was? And why should you take all this trouble to serve them? But I felt already we have started, and many of them already started to come. And if we stop in half, then they will not, it's like stopping them from bringing milk, Miss Baba's knowledge. So slowly, and then I asked anyone, is there any houses which is available? And then one sister offered there's a house, but it is little far inside, and also there's no electricity, and there is no other facilities like bathing, etc. So if you have to have a bath, you have to walk 1 kilometer away from the house on the road, close to the road, and it's like an open well. You have to have a bath on that and come back to the center, and there's no electricity. But I said, okay, doesn't matter, because I said, yes, I will do it, Baba Seva, and for the children's benefit, because now only they are like becoming little better and better, so we have to help them. So I used to get up early morning, 2:33, and go to that well and have a bath and come back in the center and change. And so at 4 o'clock, I used to guide meditation in the Gadi. And after Amritvela, I used to read Murli for them in torchlight. And whenever I sit in the Gadi, they said, we see light through your eyes. So because of that experience, they were like taken up, and they were like healing, and they were slowly started to come. There was a time then we didn't have enough space in the house. Not only that, the house was not properly done. When I get up in the morning and see Baba in the translate, means in Baba's room, sometime there will be cat sitting in front of the translate, sometime something else will be there, because the windows and everything was like open. So I was like thinking how like if we cannot invite people, or we cannot expand service in the sense proper BKs are unable to like create it. So I was having a talk with Baba, and then we gave a letter to the government requesting a land for Brahma Kumaris to serve on that area. But at that time, it was like was not able to get it. So then after that, there was a chance to go to another place from our center, about 100 kilometers away. There was another collector's office, and he like gave us quarters and we stayed there and we cooked in his office and gave meals to him. And then the old officers and his staffs, we gave knowledge. And that time, there was a time for peace of mind. So I asked him, would you like to go to peace of mind in Madhuban, means Mount Abu? And he said yes, because he was like little stressful and peaceless. So when he went to like Mount Abu, he got the experience of so much peace in Baba's dome. So that is one side. And then I went to Madhuban and I was talking to Baba. I said, Baba, now see, if you like, if I Lokik life also, if we get married and if we have all the facilities so much, we will be like very rich and we will be having everything. And you said you are my husband and you are supposed to provide everything. Now nothing is there. Your children are like this. What are you doing? Now you have to decide either you are going to give a house properly or I am going to leave you. You decide. So I was having this thought in Madhuban. I wrote to Baba and and then I left that and then I came back. So when I arrived in the airport, that brother who went to Peace of Mind got transferred to the city which I was in, and he called me and he said, Sister, your land is ready. Please come and collect the documents which is necessary for the land to be proceed. So it's like a 1 acre land, which a jungle. So we have to like develop and get it ready for Baba's house. So this is after that, you can see many things.
Wow, just hearing all that, I'm just getting goose pimples. This experience is really like, it kind of shows how much courage there was, how much faith you had in Baba, and how much Baba really looked after you when you really asked for things, right? I'm sure many of us had that experience where we really want something, and when we ask Baba, and Baba really fulfills our heart because there's nothing but honesty and truth. And it was really nice also to hear about how like no, I was just thinking right now, like if we hear that, oh, there's a town where there's no Baba's children and they're suffering so much and there's war zone, do we have that much courage to really go there and have the thought to give knowledge and help those souls? So it just shows, really shows how much courage you had. And just moving on to the next question, I'm thinking, so of course you went to Mullaitivu. Were there other Brahmins with you as well? Or was it?
So of course, when we were going, we went as a group.
Okay.
But then slowly, like, no, because it was from Colombo to go to that place is not an easy thing. So then I started to stay. There's no one. Like some mothers will be coming and going like that. But I was only one who was like permanently doing.
Mhm. And how did sort of, I mean, I'm sure because of the war and stuff, there must have been like less food, less water, or even like clothes, or even, for example, Brahmins offering Bhog, the daily disciplines, reading Murli and stuff. I'm thinking about electricity and everything. How did you manage with less resources?
Actually, when you have less resource, Baba's help is more. So I have another experience. I was in a difficult city, means was in northern province that is called Jaffna, and that time because of war, that last uh, route means road route was closed, and only the last flight which came to Jaffna, that I took Meera Ben from Malaysia to Jaffna for the program, and then when she was going back, the sister was in Jaffna, went with her, and I was alone, means myself and one more sister was left in Jaffna, and then the most important road which you cannot travel through the road, and there's no flight coming to Jaffna. So all the rations like milk powder all that, like and white flour means wheat flour, which is supposed to be there, and kerosene oil, all that was stopped coming. But I was thinking, like, because then Baba's children, like, there's no bread also. So I was thinking somehow we have to feed them bread. And for the ration card, ration card means there will be a card for the family and they will give each one a little amount of things from the government. So the ration card, they one day they called for me, each of them, and they gave some white flour, means wheat flour. So then I thought, okay, let me bake some buns for them. So only 1 hour the electricity would be there. That is early morning hours. So I got up early and made buns and I baked them. And just as the bun was just baked, the power also went off exactly the right time. So when the buns was there, then I gave them after class in the morning. Everybody was in tears. They were eating buns and saying, Baba, thank you. And another day, because I said, no, there was scarcity for milk powder also. So we were not getting milk powder. And from childhood, I never had black tea and I never have tea. But after coming to Baba, I never had black tea. I always have milk tea. So then sister who was with me said, now milk powder finished. From tomorrow onwards, you should drink black tea. But otherwise, we can't do anything. The same thing I was, because I was young then. So I told Baba, like, you don't have the sense to provide milk powder to your children, and you don't believe there was some mother bringing a box of immediately after 1 hour. She brought milk powder. So after coming to Baba up to now, I never ever had black tea in my life. Even with all the problems, even the place which I am in during the economic crisis, the same thing happens. And all over from all the world, people have been sending milk powder, everything. And it's like extra for us. And like we were giving all the families, they were coming and having milk tea in the center. This is same thing happened. So when it is not, and also we were traveling in the car for the service places, and there was scarcity for petrol. And of course, we were having all the savings of things, but didn't realize about this petrol problem. So then somehow we wanted to go. The last petrol was just there in the car. And I was just thinking now what to do. And then one brother from another city bought a big gallon and he filled the petrol in that and he sent through some vehicle. So we didn't have any petrol problem. We were like, whatever we were doing regularly, whatever classes we were giving, it's like everything was regular. Nothing was like difficult for us. And people like water, earlier when we were there, there's no water will be like a brown color because that area, the water's situation is that. And after a while, we got landline. The water is very clean. And now even though in other cities the water won't be there, but there's 100 because it comes from the wells and is every day and it is continuous. So it will never stop. So all of them, all the city people coming there for water now. So what I felt is Baba never gives us any difficulties or drama, even drama creates some problems or we face some situations, but we always receive abundance from Baba. And Baba's Bandara is always full.
And hearing from the experiences is quite nice to see how whatever desires, or not even desires, but whatever you ask for, Baba fulfills it right away, within an hour, like you said, or just right away, especially when you said when you came back from Madhuban, the land was ready. But what is the secret behind that? Why does Baba fulfill whatever you asked? Is it because you have renounced a lot? Is it because you're doing service, so you are thinking about others? What is the reason you think?
What I feel is that as I was doing what Baba is saying, right? Means I am following whatever Baba is saying. So if you do whatever he says, he should be doing what you say. That is your right, right? So if you are not doing, then you will be hesitating, thinking, how can I ask that person, because I am already not doing what he says. I am very obedient. Means whatever service like asked, I will say Haji by the seniors. Even not only that, even what I tried to do, or whatever Baba's principles, means even Baba says, no, you should keep a chart or whatever normal things, no, I was always doing. So I have the feeling, okay, whatever you say, I have done. And you said, if you do, and I will also do it for you. And another aspect is, it's not for me personally. I have enough house. I have many houses. I can go anywhere and live. Baba's house, all homes belongs to me, right? But this is a feeling of like, when you give something, when already you are giving milk to them, and if you leave them in half, it's like letting them starve. So how can you do being a mother for Baba's children? I always have that feeling of looking after the children. So when Baba's knowledge is a milk for them, and if we leave them in half, then what is the situation that they are going to face? Because they are already in sorrow, and they stop them giving milk. Then what? So that feeling of mercy and gratitude of like how gratitude of helping God, means helping Baba. I should help Baba to like bring them up. So those things like was echoing in my mind, and determination is my strength, because I never leave anything which is undone. It's given means the job, even everybody knows, is already done. So somehow I make a point to do it. So I said, means normally children or young age, we say this, we want to do whatever we want to do. So, but this is positive, no? So in that way, I was talking to Baba, because I have the right, so I can ask him. It's for benefit of the children, and then so I think that's what. And even going to the place is not an easy thing, because it's like a renunciation you have to do. So Baba listened because of my renunciation. So I should not say my, but that is because Baba sees that, right? So
Something that comes straight to mind is there's a saying, when you take one step, God takes 1,000 steps for you,
yes.
you know? So that's really nice to hear. The obedience, the relationship that you have with Baba. If Baba tells me something to do and I do it straight away, so why is Baba not? Baba has to listen to me, basically, right?
Yes.
Um, and more about now, I want to kind of move more into the environment, right? So it's a war place. Was there like, how's the environment like? Of course, not, I'm not talking about Baba's place, but I'm talking about around it. Was there a lot of like bombing sounds? Was there a lot of, I'm sure a lot of souls had left the body. So I want to hear a bit about that.
I am fortunate in that way. I was living alone, but nothing like fiery things happened to me. But people used to say, so many people used to be so afraid. Even many seniors who came, they said, we couldn't sleep. How are you living there? But I never felt, because I always say Baba is like, looking after the house, and he's like standing, and like Brahma, I keep Baba outside, I keep Baba inside. I keep Baba with me and tell Baba, because Baba is only security we have, right? So nowadays we have CCTV cameras, but those days only that is there. So because of that, I never felt that problem. But there was a feeling when one day I was traveling on the road. There was one like half along the road. There was some about thousands of vehicle which was burned in the war was parked, and I was going on the bus only, but tears coming from my eyes, tears and tears. I was crying and traveling in the bus. And when I reached the center, I asked myself, why am I crying? Nobody told me anything, or like nothing happened to me. But why am I crying? Then I realized it is because of the vibrations of that area, of that space, because that was like vehicle means people have died, and that vibrations with the whole vibrations. Many were there in the bus because I was yogi. Maybe Baba has. Then I have to work on myself to overcome that, because that is like you absorb the vibration, then how can you serve others? So I was having long hours of yoga, getting up early morning, more than whatever time I was able to do. And I used to have silence like that. I was like making myself free from those things, but the environmental problems. There was so much of heat because not much trees at that time. Now, of course, you get the cooling. Yeah. So I was not the one who is able to be in the sun so much. But I used to think whenever I go out, Baba's protection cannot be umbrellas over me, and nothing is going to happen. And Baba is holding the umbrella, and I am walking with him. And like that, like I learned then that heat was like nothing for me. I was not affected by that. And then slowly, that also has become natural. Means sanskara to
Yeah.
be. Yeah.
And
So
I'm just thinking, I'm just trying to like play the scenario in my mind. And all I can see is families crying out in so much distress. They've lost their children, they've lost their wives, their husbands, their parents and stuff. And they're going through so much sorrow. And they lost everything. If you lose your family member and they're not there like the next day, it will feel like the world has turned upside down. It's a very devastating feeling. So what were you able to do in terms of advice? You can't say I'm so sorry. Like, what advice were you able to give, or was it just silence and giving them drishti, or
of course, when we have the feeling of I'm a soul, I used to tell them, don't cry. Like if the son left the body, the son will be there in another home, but in different body. He's here. He's not. You don't think that he's not here. He's here. Maybe not in that place. Maybe in another home. So he's there, no. So why are you crying? That's true, because it's a soul. The body only perishes, but soul doesn't die. So that when we say, then like he's here, they will ask, is he here?
oh, yeah.
Because that feeling was just. And also another, only some of them died that they know that they died, and some of them are missing. So I give them the hope that soul will come back one day. Means in whatever form, that doesn't matter, because they have to believe in that, because unless we give them some hope, they will not understand. Because when they became Baba's children, and when they understood the reality of karma philosophy and the reality of the soul, then they realized. Until that, you have to say, like, you have to speak on what they feel. No, you should sit on their shoes and feel how they feel. We cannot just, because they, even though you say, they will ask, or are we so much sinners that we were suffering? So we cannot say you did sin, because of that you are suffering. So they want somebody to like heal them, listen to
Empathize.
them. Yeah.
It kind of
So
reminds me of our own personal story. So mum kind of went through that war period as well, and she would tell me how like she had a younger sister,
yeah,
and then
okay.
her younger sister went missing because of the war,
Okay.
and that was she was like 17 or 18 years old, and this happened in 2002, 3, or even before, actually before 1998 or something, time ago. And she has still not been found. Like we don't know if she's alive or if she's living somewhere. We have no idea. So it's quite, I think that's why this knowledge is very important. Otherwise it would be devastating just to hear that your family member is not there anymore.
Yeah, and I know because I was also personally went through this war a lot. No, when I was child, no, we used to go to the school and bombers will come, and then we will get then we were going the cycling, and then we put the cycle in the banana trees, and we like no, we go inside and then come back again, and then again and get the cycle and then go to school. Like that we went around the like northern province for studies. And sometimes because of the fear, we sleep under bungas.
Oh.
And also we even sleep under the bed because shells and everything. And in my childhood, I won't even be there when the festival time, the crackers burned. I was so afraid to be, and all my brother and sister, everybody will be celebrating. I will be inside the bathroom locked because I can't hear. But all these things I could able to overcome after coming to Baba's knowledge. So I know this will help them. So that faith I had, and that was the confidence I had. So I was able to help them to overcome those feelings. Of course, their growth is very slow, and still they have those feelings. But now they know what to do and what should be done. And after helping that, after they got their knowledge, like some of them, they missed their certificates, even educational qualifications. So we have to give them that physical support too, means get those certificates back. And then they went to the colleges, training colleges, and got their jobs so that they are independent. They are not depending on others, no, for anything. And then, like, we have to help them to learn some vehicle, means motorcycle is the best there. So motorcycling, so it's a matter of courageous and giving them courage and confidence. So because of giving them courage and being confident, still up to now, they are helping with their finance to Baba for service, because they have that gratitude towards him.
And during this period, what role did the Dadis play? I'm sure India is quite next to Sri Lanka.
Yeah, Dadi, of course, tsunami time, she visited also Janaki Dadi. And we have, we used to give some things to people, because during tsunami, we went and gave rations, clothing and things like that as a parcel. And Dadi also was there. And whichever places in eastern province was the most affected by the tsunami, as all of you know. So when we told these things, and those places we put like Baba's pictures, soul, supreme soul, and we explained to them about it. All those places have become Baba's centers now. So Dadi used to come, and we used to take her to those camps, and she also used to speak to them. And many seniors who came, and they also used. And Dadi has so much love for Sri Lanka because of Bhavna, means all these feelings, all of the people who were having is. So she used to tell us whenever there's some problems or whatever it is, always say that you should have a lot of good wishes and have mercy for them. And she herself used to do. And whenever she comes, and Baba center was like Gulsa Dadi, when she came, she brought the message of Sri Lanka. Main center was close to the beach. And she said, Baba is the ocean, and Baba center is close to the beach. And so we should become like him and unlimited and spread. And the only concern she had was that time, because of the war, everybody was very serious in their face. They don't smile. So she said, you should learn to smile because you are going to become deities. Everybody was very serious. Nobody used to smile that time. But she was happy about that because, and one thing she was like mentioning, whenever Baba's children want to go out, means go home or something, they go to Baba's room. And when they come also, they come to Baba, means Baba's room and come. So she said they are taking support from Baba, means Baba's room. So that's what Baba was like behind them, helping. That's what they are feeling. So for Dadi's shakash, Dadi's good wishes, and always having the concern of doing something for us.
Oh, wow. It's really nice to hear that they played a major role, especially during that period. And this question I'm going to ask because we have so many youth here. What sort of effort or what sort of awareness should we have right now? I mean, that's two questions actually. So let me just break that up. What sort of effort should we make right now? I mean, we can't probably wake up that early, probably 2 or whatever, because during the day we have work, maybe we have committed services, we might be living with family members that are not BKs. So we have different scenarios, but what should be our main effort as of now?
Yeah, but I think that we should always, wherever I am Baba's child. But the feeling and the awareness should be always there with us. And whatever Dadi used to say, we shouldn't be normal, means ordinary. So the awareness is important. Whatever I am doing, wherever I may be, but I have to have the feeling I should not be like an ordinary person. And also, whenever I have time, like for example, if I am traveling in the train, I will have some time, right? So that time, I should be able to have my own self-respect and remember Baba. Practice that during that time. And it's all like paying attention. So whatever time it's possible, in between, even if you are working, just if you want to have a cup of tea, before that, to 1 minute, remember Baba and have a cup of tea. Or after having a cup of tea, say thank you, Baba. And also, like, so being, because many times during the day, by saying thank you for Baba, you will get so much of happiness, because Baba is giving us so much and we should appreciate him. So when we say thank you, Baba, for everything in our mind, then automatically our inner happiness increases. So that will keep our stage very good, and you could able to have meditation in the morning. So whatever said and done, I would suggest all of you, you must never miss Amrit Vela. So that is the only time, because I was grown in this Gyan. I can say in this 33, 34 years in Gyan, I had never ever missed Amrit Vala in my life. Baba will give me that certificate forever. And I wish I should not do that. Even sometimes now we travel and we go late home. Sometimes we have to have service. No, we like exhibitions, and even Shivratri, we reach home 12:31. But still, I never miss Amritwala. So the reason is I had so much of love to meet Baba at that time. New Baba gives, even if you can't meditate for 45 minutes, you just meditate 10 minutes, 15 minutes, and say thank you, whatever Baba said. So, okay, if you are having night duty, if you are okay, only finishing your job at 2 a.m. or 3 a.m., okay, sit for 10 minutes and then you go to sleep. So that type of practice, it is all practice that we need to have. No, it's like a discipline. that we know what time we should eat, what time we should sleep, what time we go for work. So all that, so in the timetable, we have to include some yuktis or to keep ourselves light and happy. So lightness and happiness doesn't come through physical means. So at least in Murli, even if you don't have time to go to the class, you should read and take 1 point daily and keep it in awareness. Either it is from blessing or whatever it is, whatever is possible. Now you have many means, right? You put your headphone inside, you listen the Murli in your ears, you can travel, and as much as possible, take sustenance from Avyak Bapdada. Means Avyak the Murlis. Avyak the Murlis tells us a lot. So that is, because now the call of time is to be ever ready. Anything can happen at any time. And we don't know. We will be thinking, oh, maybe this will happen, that will happen. No. We don't know what will happen. The things which is not expected will happen. I have many experiences like that. So for us, like those who have different type of means weaknesses, that type of test will come. Those who have facility, different type of test will come. Those who don't have facility, different type of test will come. So we have to be ready with all, like just as we have all the stocks physically, we should also have stock within ourselves. So easy is just like now, if you have a friend, you will be talking to him. If you have a father, you will be talking to him. So having relationship, walking, going, moving. So it's not that sitting meditation. It's like having relationship with him. That will create a powerful inside of you. And also wherever you are, always think, I am Baba's child. Baba kept me here for his service. Then service will automatically come running towards you. This is what I might feel for you.
I think you've said so many powerful points. Like you said, having the awareness that I am Baba's child, and having that constant connection with Baba, like he's your best friend. So when you drink tea, say thank you to Baba.
Yes.
The little things like that kind of
Mhm.
strengthens the bond with Baba during the day. And then you said you never missed Amrit Vela for the last
Yes.
33 years. That is a high level of obedience. You mentioned about obedience earlier when I
Yes,
asked
this
you
is
why does
obedience, not
Yeah.
physical, right? Baba is not physical, he's incorporeal. His directions are the obedient.
Yeah. No, that's a high level of obedience, I must say. And then you also said about being ever ready for any sort of test. So it comes through mostly our weaknesses, right?
Yes.
And it's nice. I think Raki's coming up.
Yeah.
A lot of us will be tying Raki in a few days. So sorry.
Yeah. And another thing is, you like, if you want to overcome weakness, don't be harsh with yourself. Be soft with yourself. You understand yourself. But slowly, you can overcome by doing some little efforts, paying attention. Just as a person has sickness, it is, even though it is very big one, but every day by paying attention and doing taking medicine, he is cured. Same thing with weaknesses. So Raki is the best time to look within. I know there's so much of yoga but is going on, and I also advise here many whoever I meet here. I used to take class for their mothers and fathers who come here. I told them that you should do 3 hours yoga in a week. So you say you don't have time. So, but whenever you have time, whenever it's possible, you take the vibrations and be with Baba, and then you will understand what is inside. And then you can speak to Baba honestly and tell. Baba said, honest heart is, Baba likes the honest heart, and Baba will help those who are honest to overcome the weaknesses.
I think Baba on Sunday was talking about fear,
Yeah.
and the way to combat it is by having a honest and clean heart, isn't it? Something along those lines.
Yes. Dadi's favorite subject is honest and clean heart. And Baba is also always talking about honest and clean heart. Means I accept myself as I am, but be very open to share that with Baba. And I should not every day saying, no, I'm like this, I'm like that. No, I am like that, but I want to become better. So I want to change myself. So when you speak to Baba in that way, then Baba will help you. Baba will help you through Samman, Baba will help you through classes, Baba will give you some yuktis, even Baba will give you some touchings, what to do and how to do it.
And you said 3 hours of yoga.
Yeah.
So what sort of different yoga practices can you do in that 3 hours? Or let's say even 1 hour? Like, because what tends to happen is sometimes when you sit for yoga, you fall asleep. So there has to be some sort of newness, there
Interesting.
should be some
Yes.
sort of excitement. So what kind of meditation practice?
Actually, basic thing, we should have gyan to make the yoga interesting. You should have gyan. So I used to give them questions in Murlis. So when we ourselves can create some questions in the Murlis, nothing special. Like for example, if Baba spoke the Murli today, then I get a point from that and I ask myself, in which relationship Baba is speaking to me? Okay, so for example, Baba used to say, no, don't do this, don't do that. So I know Baba is being a father advising me in that view. So Baba, even he himself has told, like teacher, Sadguru, he will say relationship. But sometimes, some points, very incognito, there are so all the relationship are in the Murlis. In the same Murli, you can find many relationship. So even if you only take one point, at least get the feeling. Because if you love someone, you will get the feeling why he's talking that way. So if you get the feeling, why Baba is talking to me like that? Why he is saying? So then when you get the feeling, you will, it will go inside the soul very deeply. So then I will ask the question, how I am going to use this point today. So then automatically the application will be there and I might have some little like picture or like you can say image about that point. So I can easily remember that. So that point is living with me means Baba is living with me. So it's not a point as a point, it's a feeling I'm keeping always that day. No need many, only one at least. Then easy, remembrance is easier. That is one. And then we have, Baba used to say, you should remember your future also, means your future form. So with that, because if you are studying, if you don't have an aim in the studies, then you will never pass the exam. So our aim of this study is to become virtuous and full, like Lakshmi and Narayan. So I should also have the feeling of being in the golden age. This is all meditation, right? Being in the golden age, being in front of the devotees, giving shakas to them, being in front of Bab Dada, being in Madhuban, those who go to Madhuban, being with Brahmin family. So like that, you have many interesting ways to do. And Baba also gives some ideas in yoga in the Murlis. Daily he will say that and this. So all these will help you to do yoga. When I start to ask these mothers to sit in 3 hours meditation, first question they ask the same: how to sit 3 hours yoga? Now, when you ask them, they even if we say don't do yoga, no, today is my turn. Means they're experiencing that. So when we think about something, then we say it's very difficult. But when we listen something and when we feel that person should be close to me, then we will, okay, we want to do everything to make or to make that person closer. So yoga is to make Baba closer to you. That's all. So whatever way you want, you can make him close to you.
I think that itself takes a step, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
I want to be close to Baba.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
want to do more yoga and progress.
Yeah, yeah. So when we hear the word yoga, then no, it's it's all too much for us. How can we do that? So don't think yoga. Baba, you say remembrance. Just as you remember some relations, some friends. So casually have chit chat with Baba. No, because people have many things to speak in the world, right? So when others come and speak to me, I said, go and sit in front of Baba and speak to him. So you can have all that. When Baba, even in the subtle region also you can play, but that is not deep yoga. But you can keep yourself entertained and remember. Rather than remembering waste and unnecessary method, this is okay. Yes.
Yeah, we have 4 minutes left, and I'm going to be strict with time because I'm aware
Okay.
you're quite occupied as well, and the youth might have to go and do their other tasks.
Yeah.
But something that really touched me is when you said, "Don't be harsh on yourself, on your
Yes.
weaknesses,
Yeah.
and slowly, every day, do little bits, even if
Yeah.
it's a big
Yeah.
disease, do
Yeah.
little things that will help you."
Yeah, because most of the problems the young age children have is they don't know who they are. They think this I can do, this I cannot do, but sometimes whichever they can do, they see I can't do it. But they whatever they think they are unable to do, they think I can do it. So they should. When I push the other way, wrong way, then I cannot make it right. So I cannot if I, for example, if somebody cannot get up for Amrit Vela, then he should get some help from others. No, means okay, please wake me. Because sometimes alarms also doesn't help them. So get some help. One day you try. So slowly you can get, because then you get once you get experience, then you will never leave. Easy in young age. It's whatever you want to do, you can do it because it's all up to you only. So slowly, we want to remembrance. If we have never done meditation, try 15 minutes, try 20 minutes, like that. You have to be slowly bring in.
Yeah,
So
I like the word you use, try. So not give up and say I can't do it,
yeah,
but think, okay, let me
yeah,
try something different,
yes,
5 minutes or
yes,
10 minutes,
yes,
right? I have a question. Sorry, Lekha, sister, did you want to say
yes.
something?
No.
Okay, so there's a question on the chat, and just to summarize, so this Kumari is not close to center, and is also quite lonely because there's no Brahmin company around her. So she was asking, what should she do? What would you recommend? Would you recommend her to move to a flat or house close by to center, or?
I'm Kumario. I'm reading, right? 1 minute.
Oh, good. Yeah.
Like local center, since I don't want to get married, but I likely to surrender. Would you recommend me to move my house? Yes, of course, because when you are close to Baba, you will automatically you can go Baba's house as many times as you want. So always we recommend Baba's children to get the flat. Even many people have bought flats in Madhuban, Mount Abu also living there because they want to be with Baba always. So the closer you are to Baba center, the closer you can be. But we also have to have time, utilize time to go and see Baba every day in Baba's room.
Okay.
Look at his face, and then he will teach you. And if you want more personal directions, you can always ask the seniors. Always you feel trustworthy.
Great. Thank you, Sister Lekha. There was one question, but I know this youth, so I can send you this question and you can voice record the answer of the
Okay.
reply. But it would be nice. Thank you so much. I think you equipped us with so much tools and so much simple practices, and it would be nice if all of us just turn on our cameras for 10 seconds and show our faces and wave at
Yeah.
Sister Lekha so she knows who has joined and stuff. So I'll just can you see
Yes.
everyone? If you maybe swipe on your phone left or right,
Hi.
so I can start adding some people so you can see whoever has put their cameras on.
I hope you got benefit from these experiences and it will be an inspiration session for you.
Thank you so much. And we can finish with 1 minute silence.
Yes, of course. We'll